According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, between 20 and 25 women and 4% of men on college campuses will become victim to rape or attempted rape. However, the trauma for many does not end there. Title IX of 1972 Education Amendments requires colleges and universities receiving federal funding to combat gender-based violence and harassment and respond to survivors' needs in order to ensure that all students have equal access to education. The key word here is respond to survivors' needs. Even with many policies in place to reduce the amount of sexual assault on campuses and the trauma that it can cause for the victim, many college campuses do not fulfill these duties to keep their students safe and to respond to their needs appropriately. These cases would be better handled by the criminal courts instead of the disciplinary board. To gather a better understanding of the issue behind sexual assault on college campuses, we must take a deeper look into the problems, causes, and solutions. In whole, 68% of sexual assaults are not reported. This high number of unreported assaults are due to the problems within the policies surrounding campuses. These problems include improper victim care and the thought that nothing will be done if the attacker is found guilty. First, cases are being improperly handled with lack of victim care. One woman who has reported under the alias of Jane Doe shared her experience of reporting her sexual assault. Her attack took place shortly after freshman orientation on Virginia Wesleyan College. Her case was not handled with the victim's emotional trauma in mind. During her case, she was not aware her attacker would be in the same room. It is cases like this that keeps individuals from reporting assault, where the trauma may involve high level of psychological distress. Finally, when found guilty, the consequences of their action are too light. The most common penalty is expulsion from the school. Many schools also suspend the offender or even place them on probation. These offenders may also be required to make restitution or loss of privileges. According to the Indiana Code Title 35, rape is a level 3 felony, which comes with a penalty of 3 to 16 years in prison, and a fine up to $10,000. The punishment set by college or campuses and disciplinary boards are not parallel with the state's penalties. Whether the sexual assault happens on or off campus, anywhere it's a crime. Now that we understand the issues coming from college campuses handling assault cases, the causes for these problems must be understood. The problems are caused by a lack of training of the individuals on campuses and the lack of uniformity throughout the college community. First, these cases are being handled by untrained students. 80% of colleges use disciplinary boards to decide whether the student code of conduct has been broken. These boards are made up mostly of untrained students and teachers. Many times investigations are kept quiet not for the protection of the victim or the accused, but for the institutional standing in the community. Finally, each campus has their own process when it comes to handling rape cases. Again, campuses have disciplinary committee made up by students and teachers process the cases. Many colleges do not have disciplinary committees complete any formal training before trying these cases. Some allow victims of the accused to have lawyers, and some don't. These cases are all being handled differently and without proper knowledge. According to the National Institute of Justice, only 40% of schools offer any sexual assault training, and even more disturbing, fewer than 2 in 5 schools provide training for campus security, and these are the people the rapes are being formally complained to. Clearly, there is a need for new policy and procedure when handling assault cases. This can be done through making the procedure much more consistent by all individuals receiving training and allowing local police and courts to investigate. First, every campus should have the same similar policies and protocols for handling reports of sexual assault. Many schools define sexual assault in different ways. Having uniform training for campus officers and disciplinary boards would allow every student to receive the same thoughtful and educated treatment. According to the National Institute of Justice, the best practice is to provide a trained and certified sexual assault nurse examiner to provide appropriate treatment and forensic evidence. And finally, all assault cases should be handled by local police officers and the criminal courts. Once a report of sexual assault has been made, the college should turn the case over to the police for the remainder of the investigation to keep all parties safe and well cared for. There are plenty of cases of sexual assault on campus that is handled to their best ability. However, one case mishandled is one too many. By looking at the problem, causes, and solutions regarding sexual assault being investigated on campus disciplinary boards, perhaps we can keep more students safe. Every young adult goes to college, has great dreams and aspirations. No one should have to cut that short due to improper care of colleges. Thank you.